Long, long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamikile... already messed it up. Kamikile. Proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Keep it going. We're rolling with it anyway. You know what? Let's just do the intro now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Okami. I am the Max Few Trades. This is our brand new Let's Play. I've already botched the intro something fierce. Let's try and salvage it. Proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet burg was honored as a god. That sounds absolutely exhausting. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. As one would expect from so many tree gods, I would assume. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. Dark, archaic, and altogether just kind of messed up in general. Time-honored tradition. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on necks the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast, lest they get a major chomping on themselves. Why does it always have to be a young maiden? Why are these monsters always so freakishly specific about the things they want to eat in order to not kill things? When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. I'm sure it has absolutely no relation to the character we'll be playing as in this game. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed... You're going to have to apologize. You're going to have to forgive me, and I'll have to apologize. I'm going to get a lot of pronunciations wrong. Shiranui, perhaps. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village, and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. Good doggy. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. Yes, just assume it is of a malicious intent. Yeah, I guess when you're being barreled down on by a 9-headed dragon monster that's eating all of the women in your village, I suppose you should probably just assume everything is out to get you at that point. One village took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior Nagi, or Nagai, attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. It was as swift and as graceful and ferocious as a freaking wolf. Turns out hard to sword fight a wolf. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. Not a time of rejoicing, clearly. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden, as is tradition once again. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. If it had been literally any other person in the village, he would not have cared as much, but this was on his, this messes with his life, so obviously he's gonna do something about that. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's cave in place of his beloved. And I imagine that probably didn't go too great. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, very vague, served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Okay, I got the amount of necks wrong, I apologize. I did not mean to get such a factoid incorrect. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced well into the moonless night, clearly not making much of an indent, if that's to be believed. But Orochi's hide was like steel. The blade left nary a scratch. So you really would think he'd try to come up with a different strategy than hit it with a sword, but 'twas a simple man. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face, but the wolf apparently showed up and helped out. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brightly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Baring its fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt towards Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying heads I was gonna say, it'd be kind of weird to be terrified of a single wolf as a giant dragon monster. Readying its fangs for battle, the two beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. That must be one hell of a wolf if it was able to just fight on par with something like that. That's impressive. Good dog. I may not be the biggest fan of dogs, but by Jove, I know a good one when I see one. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui had summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. Oh, well, I mean, if it's a magic wolf, then yeah, I suppose it would have a bit of a better time of it, wouldn't it? You know, if it can control the winds and whatnot. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened claws glistening, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. I fail to see how a tree would be able to protect you from something that gigantic and pointy, but whatever. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand, or paw. However, Orochi, protected by mystical power, was not easily bested. Not by trees of the wind, at least. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, oof, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Okay, so as it turns out, neither of us are really doing all that great, swordsman or wolf. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow, but Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated, I mean. I'm a terrible storyteller. The light from above glinted off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Maybe we should have started with that, rather than save it until we're both dying. Just an idea. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary, channeling all his strength into his sacred and battered arms. He leapt ferociously toward Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. In reality, a sword made of solid gold would be actually kind of terrible and would likely break upon being swung with enough force against just about anything, but, you know, it sounds impressive, so we'll stick with it. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. Oof. I don't suppose they turned into more Orochi, because that'd be unfortunate. Orochi's broken body collapsed. Okay, that was close. In a lake of its own blood. Ugh. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Oh, poor doggo. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. As it turns out, he probably shouldn't have tried to sword fight this dog so much. It turned out to be pretty cool. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. It felt nothing, for it was dead. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful or was alive still. Never mind. That was my bad. Shouldn't have assumed. Then closed its eyes and drifted off as if into slumber. That dog went on to be a legend among legends, apparently. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki village. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Least they could do, really. Nagi's sword was christened, Tsukuyomi, perhaps. I'm going to go with that. Again, apologies if I'm getting these horribly wrong. And placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. But, we've got an entire video game going on here, so... However, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. You know, in the grand scheme of things, that's really not that long ago, really. I mean... Conceivably, someone's grandpa I mean, it's unlikely. Very unlikely. But someone's grandpa could have witnessed these events and still been alive. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. As most nefarious goings-ons typically be, you generally do not notice such events until it is far too late. For a moment I thought that was a dude with a shrine thingy. Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukuyomi? The sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? Well, considering my ominous silhouette, I guess I'm going to try and steal it. No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend. Nothing but a fairy tale. I really don't know if you could treat an event from 100 years ago as a fairy tale. Sure, it sounds outlandish, but that's, again, really not that long. That's not that bad of amount of time, really. I'm just saying, that seems very odd. 1,000 years, sure, that could become a fairy tale. Oh, you may have brought the monster back. I believe that might have been used as a tool to seal the monster away. In the grand scheme of bad calls, I'm gonna call this one a pretty large one. Oh, he who seeks power. He who has broken my bonds. Orochi can talk, apparently. Speak the words, I wish darkness unto the world. Utter that prayer unto me and unleash my power. I don't know if I want to do that. That doesn't sound like a good thing at all. I don't know if I want that, on my shoulders. Oh, okay, you're screaming. I've made a terrible decision today. Let there be no doubts. That's gotta be some pretty dang hot fire to incinerate a tree that quickly. Huh. So all in all, probably not the greatest of situations. A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki Village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. The legend was absolute bupkis. This is the stuff that's actually worth talking about. Apparently. Hello there. Wood Sprite. Sakuya? Because I was gonna say Sakura, but I don't think no. Sakuya? Oh boy. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. That I just have memorized. Then again, I guess you are a forest sprite. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. Oh, please tell me I'm going to bust out of that statue and I will be the wolf. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. That's inconvenient. Amaterasu. I do know how to say that. Thank you, Persona. Now is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. So, given the terminology and the iconography I've seen so far, I see we're going with the sun god Amaterasu sort of thing going here. Okami Amaterasu. Otherwise known as Good Doggo. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. Now actually, if this is Amaterasu, I believe we are a female dog, actually. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. Oh, okay, well I called that much. Also, I am apparently the origin of all that is. I look confused. Also, I have like a flaming disc on my back. Is it a mirror? I know Amaterasu's got a thing with mirrors. How delightful to see that the Savior who have bravely sacrificed themselves away the evil demon so many years ago has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. Sniff. I am tired. I will now nap. 100 years of doing nothing, and the first thing you do is take a nap. Amaterasu. Gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. And in general, just kind of messed everything up. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon? But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please, use your powers to ban... Is that a symbol, or is that just straight up her butt sticking out? I'm sorry, it's very hard to ignore. Please use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. Eh? What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? Ho ho ho. Oh he 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 he. Oh. Ah. Mightily perverted, strange bug thing. You again? This is a repeat offender, evidently. Ow, 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 ow. Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug? I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. You very much look like a bug. A grasshopper and or flea, perhaps. I'm a wandering artist. The name's... Oh boy. Considering I know for a fact that this character sticks around for the majority, or possibly all of this game, it's gonna be a shame if I get this wrong. Isun. Wandering artist Isun. Aggressively hopping. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush. Okay, first of all, rude. Second of all, that is a pretty good drawing. I don't know if it's legendary worthy. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing? No. I mean, more photorealistic than the original. I'll give you that much. What's with you, Furball? You look kind of down in the dumps. Actually, you look kind of familiar. Got it. You look just like that statue of Shiranui. Oh, I ate your face. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? No, I'm a freaking wolf. I eat things. It's kind of my thing. A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with the great Isun. So are you some kind of deity I've never heard of or something? Because otherwise, just kind of randomly talking to a wolf is kind of weird. Also, I guess you were hiding in the clothes of a wood sprite, so there's clearly more to the story here than I know. Don't make me use my prized sword, Denkumaru, against you. I feel as if we do not have time for such nonsense, as giant boulders appear to be flying. What's that growling sound? Why is it so dark anyway? How long were you hiding? Oh, great god, Amaterasu. I have used all the power I have to protect Kamiki Village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie encased in my fruit. Like, literally, cut it free and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world. No... you know, no stress or anything, no big deal, no pressure. The trees returned to normal, huh? That Sakuya girl sure said some weird stuff. The villagers' spirits are being kept inside the fruit. That's a big old peach. That's the fruit, that girl that said, if you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're gonna reach it. Sure wish I could make these go by a little faster. This darkness is really getting to me, too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap. Guess it depends on how long the nap is. Oh. Okay. I have a Bork button. That's good. I got my jumps. Oh. I got my slams, my jams, my chunks, my dunks. Oh. I have apparently a digging button. I'm sure that's handy. Just exploring all of my button options. That seems to be all that I can do, at least right now. Alright, well, yep. I most certainly cannot reach that. That fruit sure is growing in a high place. The only way we're gonna reach that... Oh, I can't speed it up. Reach that is with some kind of special power. Okay, well, I guess I don't have said special power. Perhaps this glowing portal to who knows where is ultimately where we're going. Where are we? It got awfully quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in the village. Well, we'd better keep our eyes peeled. You can use the right stick to look around. LB changes your point of view, but you really look so helpless. You're sure you're gonna be okay?
I am a wolf.
I have borks. All right, well, that was a rather lengthy introduction, all things considered, but I guess we're finally actually playing a bit here. This is, again, one of for those who have been around for at least, man, it's hard to talk about things in a past, present, and future tense. As of recording this, I'm still in the midst of recording all of my Patreon requested games, Okami being one of them. I certainly hope you all enjoy it. I will be giving it my all. This is a blind playthrough. I certainly hope you don't regret asking me to play this. I will do my best. Hold on, that's an origin mirror. They say once your reflection appears on that surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. That sounds horrifying. Well, to put it shortly, you can save your progress here. Oh, well, in layman's terms, it's very simple. And let me give you a little advice. You should save a number of game files. That way you can always go back if you get stuck or something. Gotta be prepared, especially when you're still learning the ropes.
Yeah, I mean, if I gots to, I gots to. Oh, that wasn't the right button at all.
I shall save my game. Wait, continue without saving. No. Wait, yet. Okay, this is apparently a thing that's happening now. Okay. Do you wish to save? I do wish to save. Save complete. Thank you. Okay. I do appreciate that I have a button dedicated solely to borking. I look forward to doing that an unnecessarily large amount. Look at all the pots just waiting to be broken. Zelda physics and logic. If you bust them, there might be something good inside. Press X to bust them with your head. Very well. Or rather for me, press Y to do so. Way to go, my furry friend. You can do that anytime you see something you can break. Property damage! Granted, I appear to be in some sort of weird alternate dimension of who even knows what, so I don't know. As far as I know, this belongs to literally no one. Then again, the money seems real enough, so who even knows? Who has the slightest idea? Not I. Whoa, hold on there, Furball. Get a load of that. That chest looks mighty tempting. Let's go check it out. Getting up that high ought to be a piece of cake. Press A to jump, then press A again to do a wall jump. Oh, but make sure you press it firmly so you jump real high. Gotcha, so I can do something like that. Ah, yes, as is standard for all wolves. I knew you could do it. They say good luck is found in high places, so keep your eyes peeled. You don't want to miss any treasure.
I do like the idea of having treasure. Hoita!
You obtained a holy bonus. Amaterasu's favorite snack. Restores 3 units of solar energy. Is solar energy perhaps, health? I mean, it said it was a snack, so I assume. Then again, dogs don't really eat bones. And I imagine if they did, it would actually probably not be too good. I don't know if a dog could digest it. I know that there's like, I don't know, probably some calcium and stuff, and the last time I asked if there was any nutritional value to bones, some said that there was at least some. But, you know, you obviously have to be able to consume it. Looks like the bridge is out. This shouldn't be so hard. Amaterasu, was it? That's kind of long. Mind if I call you Ami? You know what? That works too. Although it's kind of a shame that the one name in the game that I can actually, you know, confidently pronounce is probably going to get shorthanded, but there you go, I guess. Listen, Ami, ever heard of the spirits of the brush? Good brushwork has its own soul. At least the way that is what they say. Just watch. It'd take all day to explain. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Huh. Well, good for you that you didn't actually have to draw in the bridge. You just kind of scribbled on reality there, and it just kind of showed back up. That's a pretty handy power. Nice, huh? Just a little technique I've mastered called Rejuvenation. It's one of many brush techniques that use divine power. It's a brush god power that can restore broken or missing things. I've practiced really hard just to master this one technique, but there are 13. Each one is a power of one of the 13 brush gods. Originally, all 13 were a single powerful deity. When the deity died, its power was split into 13 separate gods. So a god died and turned into 13 different gods? Wow. The gods now dwell within objects all around us, but god or no god, how could anyone have the power to master all 13? I don't know. But barring what I've actually, not barring, but taking into consideration what I do know of this game, I'm thinking that we're gonna do that. Slam jam! Oop. The river of the heavens. The river of the heavens? They mean the fabled Stardust River? Sure don't see anything like that around here. It couldn't be that little puddle over there, could it? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Also, a good way to find out if I can swim! The answer is yes. I mean, I know wolves can swim, but since when has that ever stopped a video game character from drowning inexplicably when they realistically should be able to handle it? Okay, well. Shouldn't you be able to do, like, your little rejuvenation thingy again? Wouldn't that, like, maybe actually create the thing? No. Do we need to look at this again? River of the heavens, but I sure don't see anything like that around here. Could be that puddle. Well, seeing as how I can't really do much of anything over there, let's see if there's anything up here. Looks suitably fancy-pantsy. Wow, look at the stars twinkle. I haven't seen such a beautiful nighttime sky in ages. Mostly due to hiding in a woman's outfit, I'm assuming. Hey, look, are those stars forming a pattern, or is it just me? The obvious blue stars? You know, I've never really understood constellations. It's like, that's just 4 straight lines. I don't see how that's supposed to look like a dragon of any sort. At least things like, you know, the Big Dipper look like a dipper. Guess I'll just have to draw the missing star. Oh, is that just something you can do? That's handy. Bah, looks like I'm just not ready to draw missing stars. Press RB to hold the brush, then X to draw. And I sure spent a heck of a lot of time practicing that, mumble. Ah, which means I can do it immediately, and without any issue. Protagonist powers activate. Oh lord. Okay. I don't know what I was expecting, but that was not it. Ah, why if it isn't Mother Amaterasu? Like, do they mean that in a literal sense? Like, is Amaterasu, like, actually this dragon's, like, paternal mother? I mean, ancient folklore and gods and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna question the whole wolf and dragon thing. I'm just asking if that's what I'm supposed to interpret it as. I apologize for not contacting you sooner during these long years. Having never forgotten you, Yomigami, God of Restoration, have eagerly awaited this day when we could again meet. While you were away, the 13 spirits of the brush that you once possessed, including myself, I cannot speed this up, have been scattered across this land of men and now lie in disarray. I became a constellation and managed to survive until now. Is that just something you can do? Just like, well, I better cut and run, turn into a constellation. The time has come for you to seek out and reunite all of the techniques. Your power is what is needed to restore the dried riverbed of the heavens and renew the flow of Stardust. Oh, I see. I can't help but notice that... Okay, well that thing looked pretty much identical to Amaterasu with the colors and the markings and everything, and could speak. There a specific reason why we can't speak? That's a little odd. Wow, that was Yomigami, the god of rejuvenation, or however it's pronounced. Wait, so you have the power of rejuvenation now? Can you really use it to restore the river of the heavens? That would mean you are as good with a brush as yours truly. Nah, it couldn't be true. Who else could master this incredible god technique? Well, okay, well here's a question. Did you hear what, you saw Yomigami. Did you perhaps hear that, you know, Mother Amaterasu and all that good stuff? Wonder if drawing some Stardust would get the river flowing again. Nah, it's one thing to fix a bridge, but fixing a starry river? There's no way you could pull off a stunt like that. So you say. Oh, I was going to. Somebody used a celestial brush technique while I wasn't looking. as it is known to happen on occasion, apparently. I thought I was basically being invited to do that immediately. Right, hang on a second here. Okay, so... I mean, you just kind of scribbled it up, so... Like so, perhaps? Ta-da! I guess I did it! Whoa! A river of Stardust! So this really must be the river of the heavens. But what I really want to know is who the heck drew the darn thing? Okay, was it not blatantly obvious? This weird bug on my head is, not exactly the brightest, is he? Clearly it is I, Doggo McJenkins. Oh, you obtained the Astral Pouch. Look what you found, Furball. This Astral Pouch here is amazing. It can swallow up lots of food. Then when it's full, it can revive its owner if he or she dies. Interesting. What a weird thing. Just find and for you to know about, I guess. I'm not sure what's normal and what isn't normal in the context of the universe that we're currently in. Is this just common knowledge to people? Are you common people? There are many things about this universe I do not understand. Let's start feeding it with whatever food we can find around here.
Well, alrighty. Yeah.
Can we find food in this strange dimension? I mean, we are finding apparently legal Japanese tender. Oh, you consumed an apple. Nectar-filled sour apple fills Astral Pouch a little bit. I was unaware that apples had nectar. You consumed a peach. Juicy and fragrant peach fills Astral Pouch a little bit. Okay. And oh, you consumed an orange. Orange with sharp citrus taste fills Astral Pouch a little bit. Not a lot, just a little. Okay. Oh, that was cool. I suppose now I have the ability to not die? I'm not 100% sure. I'm very new to the things that are happening here right now. Am I like hang on, am I leaving like a trail of beauty as I run? That appears to be the case, but I can't, the game isn't really letting me move the camera in a way that lets me see if I'm doing, it looks like that's what I'm doing. Looks like I'm purifying the land as I run. I can't put the camera behind me, or in front of me so I can see behind me. Oh, hang on. That was a sign. Fountain of Nagi! Nagi? What's his name doing here? I don't know, probably being legendary and stuff? I mean, that's typically how this sort of thing goes. Makes sense. Oh, you consumed dumplings! Doughy balls made from grain. Fills the Astral Pouch a little bit. So, do all foodstuffs only fill the pouch a little bit? If so, why are there so many different variants? Why not just make it one solid uniform food object that you can find? These are the questions I'm asking. I can't help it, it's just what I do. I ask questions. Is this the legendary shrine? We must be in the cave of Nagi. The legendary hero Nagi is enshrined here. He vanquished evil 100 years ago with the help of the White Wolf Shiranui. Apparently, it's been in a state of disarray. Why does no one take care of these things? First the river, the heavens, and now this place. Where the heck are we? Good question. I just kind of ran inside of a tree. And apparently, I thought maybe we're in some kind of like heaven dimension. The Stardust River certainly painted that to be the case. Well, this place is a wreck. See, the sword's in really bad shape. The gods sure didn't do much to protect this place. Am I to interpret this as perhaps maybe a fix? Yes. It really was your brushwork all this time. How'd you get so good? Exactly who are you anyway? I am a freaking god. I am Amaterasu. Hey, there's another constellation. This one looks like a sickle. Looks like a sickle. Oh, or I guess a rat. I guess could also look like that. Definitely looks more like a sickle when you don't superimpose the rodent on it. Oh my god, he's got a sword. Not much of a rat. Looks more like a chinchilla. This chinchilla's packing weaponry. Well, 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 if it isn't Mother Amaterasu. It's been a long time, but with all these monsters around, the only place I could hide was in this shrine dedicated to ancient heroes. Having to wait for it to catch up makes this rather stilted. If there's anything I can do to assist you in your endeavors, I'm at your service. Can I have the sword? That looks really cool. Make good use of this sword. Oh yeah, apparently I can, as it was designed to conquer evil. So it's more of a symbolic sword. Hey, that was the god Tachigami, maybe? Master of the power slash technique. Wait a minute, if you're getting all these powers, then you're just like that Shiranui. You know, the wolf who fought and died alongside the great Nagi. When Shiranui died, the wolf's power was split into 13 brush gods. Oh, this is crazy, Shiranui and Nagi? It's just like the legend. Well, anyway, I've never seen the power slash technique for myself. How about showing your stuff on that boulder over there? Let me see you slice it in half by drawing a single line. I won't believe it till I see it. Okay. Can I go vertical style? You call that a line? Use the brush like a sword. Okay, that was clearly it. I was hoping I could cut vertically. Apparently not. How disappointing. Wow. I didn't think you had it in you, Furball. I'm not even in the same league as you. Guess I really overestimated myself. Well, at least you have the conscience of mind to admit that fact. Hey, Furball. Amaterasu. I've made up my mind. If you're Shiranui reborn, then that means you can master all 13 techniques, right? In that case, I think I'll tag along until I'm as good as you. Oh boy. Lucky you. So you're basically a Navi. You exist to basically give a voice to the voiceless of the character it is being played as. Gotcha. It's no use trying to change my mind. There's no stopping me once I've made a decision. But enough about me. Now that you've mastered the power slash, you can cut down that thing Sakuyo was talking about. Let's go back and give it a shot. Alrighty. If you say so, I suppose I could probably do that. And I guess I could also probably... Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's pretty freaking awesome. I am all types of okay with with all that nonsense. Whoa, hello. What the? Where'd they come from? Nah, whatever. Draw first, ask questions later, right? You know that divine instrument you have on your back? I'll press X to use its power against them. Okay. Whoa. Once you've caught them off guard and turned them black and white, they're easy prey for your brush, no matter how nasty they are. Grab your brush and give them a power slash. Oh, okay. Oh, I can actually just straight up, like, bifurcate. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you obtained a spirit globe. Humanity's faith made solid. Restores a little solar energy. You obtained an ink bottle. Bottle full of ink. Fills one of Amaterasu's ink pots. I see. Okay. Okay, well. First impressions of combat are that was pretty dope. Especially, I guess, if I get a bunch of brush techniques, I could probably do a whole bunch of cool stuff. Question, can I break this? Yes, I can. All right, game has gone from the game is now currently at a 4 out of 5. Let's see if we can go even further beyond. Whoa. You wish to do battle with the wolf? Bring it on. All right. And then do that. And then, I don't know, do that. Ta-da. Yeah, give me some stuff. Hey, there we go. Oh, that's an interesting position. Whee! All right, well, that's far from a natural movement for a wolf to make, but it looked cool, so let's stick with it. Tally-ho! Alrighty. Huh, back into the thing. So I guess because I can cut now, I can go back out, and I suppose maybe, I guess just cut the fruit down. That's ultimately what the game is asking me to do. Yeah, alright, that's mildly more convenient. Can I just straight up cut grass? What are the limits to the things that I can slice and dice? So far, it seems that the limitations are actually rather slim. And you know what? I'm totally down for that. I appreciate it greatly. I like not having the restrictions. Oh, I didn't even cut that one down properly. I like started from the middle of the rock. I mean, fine by me. Fine by me. Oh, all right, well, might as well. No sense not... I mean, no sense taking unnecessary risks, I suppose. Alrighty, well, let's go see if we can do that thing that I'm supposed to do. Tally-ho!